Welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft. I'm Rickmods, and previously we built this wonderful and delightful villager trading hall. Granted, the inside is a little empty still, but we need to deal with something different today. As you can see, I have no food in my hotbar, meaning we have no way of making food. So let's head on over and get that process fixed. Oh yeah, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on an episode ever again. Anyway, let's start this thing. First off, I started off by finding an area, and this one looks just about perfect. So I crafted myself a hoe, I tilled the ground, and I planted myself some wheat. And with the wheat grown, I finally had some food. Unfortunately, this isn't really what I have in mind of adding farms, so let's try and automate this a little bit. Which means we need some resources. And I mean, we could do this one of two ways. One way is to just chop down loads of wood like this. Or we could make ourselves an automatic wood farm, which unfortunately means I need to chop down loads of wood. So here I am chopping down loads of wood. With the wood gathered, it was time to grab some iron. So I got myself some iron from our lovely iron farm, I mined a load of cobblestone, I then gathered a bit of redstone, and I made about 90 pistons. You heard that right, 90 pistons. Smelted up some sand to get a little bit of glass, and then everything was pretty much ready. All that's left to do is obviously build it. And to build it, it's kind of simple. Okay, right, I kind of lied. I'm not going to show you how to build it, but I'm going to tell you how this works. What you can see is we have a load of pistons. These pistons are used to break leaves. All of the leaves will get pushed and break almost instantly, dropping saplings, apples, and sticks. As you can see, we've got a dispenser that's full of bone meal, and as you place a full block in front of it, guess what? Boom, it fires. Isn't that amazing? Obviously, a dispenser doesn't fire by itself, so you do have to add in 2 observers and a sticky piston onto a lever, which then will trigger the system. And with the machine activated, as you can see, it comes all the way to the end, but unfortunately it stops because it can only push. But we want more than just one line. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this gloriously large wall of pistons. So what happens is when they come to the end, it activates this redstone torch and it pushes it along, as you can see by this glorious time lapse. And now you've got your full block of wood, there's only one thing to do, and that is to mine it all down. And as you can see, you actually get quite a bit of wood. I think this is what, nearly 7 stacks? That ain't too bad, and this is taking me a grand total of 3 minutes. But one thing that isn't going to take 3 minutes is to actually make this thing look pretty. So here it is in a glorious time lapse. Enjoy. And here it is. I actually think this came out really nicely. I like the way the bricks really tie in with the rest of the build. I was going for a Roman style, considering we already have the Greek style over here. I'm not sure why. Mainly I forgot that I did Greek and now we did Roman. But anyway, it's fine. We're doing, I know, mythological stuff. But the best part of it all is that this thing actually still works. Inside, you just turn the lever on and away it goes. You head down to the back. This is where all the wood will sit. And with the farm now completed, it is time for us to move on to what we were supposed to be doing. And that is a carrot farm. Fortunately, we now have wood, so let's head on over to the area and get this party started. What I'm looking at doing is adding in 3 platforms. 1 platform up here, 1 over here, and 1 in the middle. But I want to add a nice centerpiece to this, which unfortunately isn't available yet. So I'm going to have to now update to 1.20. Now here we are in 1.20. As you can see, everything now looks really bland and horrible because I don't have any of my texture packs, any of my things that make things look that little bit better. And as I said before, I want to add a centerpiece right here, meaning we have to go and find ourselves a cherry blossom. So here I am, flying through the air, searching for some cherry blossoms. I eventually found some cherry blossoms, and I've got to be honest, I wasn't that bothered about this entire 1.20 update. It kind of felt like it wasn't a proper update to me, but now it's here. I've got to admit, I love it. I actually kind of love it, if I'm honest. This feels so nice to be in and amongst it all. I mean, the wood's nice, the leaves are nice, everything's just quite nice. And I did spend about 20 minutes just punching petals. Oh my god. Okay, right. This could be me for a while. This could be me for a while. I like this. Unfortunately, I couldn't spend all day here, so we had to head off and see what the rest of 1.20 has to offer. the first thing I came across was these underwater structures, because I heard that there's this stuff called suspicious gravel. So I headed down and I found some, and it gave me my first ever pottery shard. I'm pretty sure you need 4 of them to make an actual piece of pottery, so I carried on searching, but unfortunately, I only found the one. With only one found, I set off in search of something called a trailed ruins, or ruined trails, but I came across this igloo instead, so I headed down and I found myself a golden apple. And 2 villagers who I kind of just left there. Not gonna lie, we left them. It was kind of interesting to just to like find stuff that you don't tend to find that often in Minecraft. I think that's what this update's all about, is more exploration, and I kind of love it. I've got to admit, it feels quite nice. But unfortunately, as amazing as igloos are, they are not ruined trails. So I set off again in search. And as I was wandering through, I found this fox. So I followed him for a little bit, got bored, wandered off, and somehow, by pure luck, I discovered this. Is that terracotta? Oh my god, have I accidentally found one? Oh my god, we found... What? I don't even know what this is actually called. I was chasing foxes. And once I'd composed myself, I got out my brush and I started to do the work. We managed to find ourselves some pretty nice stuff. I've got to admit, I wasn't sure what you could actually get, and I came across something a little special. What are you? Aren't you? Wait, you're the netherite thing. Yes, I know, netherite thingy. Leave me alone, okay? I know what I'm on about. I've finally returned home, and this is what I'd gathered. Ooh, look at it. Doesn't it look like lots? Yeah, I got a bit carried away, and I mined for like another half an hour after I said I'd finish. But it was time to actually get on with what I'm supposed to be doing. So I planted these 2 saplings and I waited for them to grow. But I haven't got time to wait, so I bone mealed them instead. I did not realize how tall these things grew. But anyway, I got my shears and I gathered myself some leaves. And we were ready to begin our build. I started off by building a trunk. This will give us a centerpiece and allows us to add these branches to branch off along the top. This will give us a rough guide of where we can put our leaves. At the bottom, I created the root system, which I think actually looks okay. I found when spamming in the leaves, it actually works better if you kind of create a canopy, like a cap on top, so start in the middle and just work your way down, and it actually looks quite good. Obviously, at this stage, it doesn't look completely finished, but by the time we add in a few fences, a gate or 2, everything now looks bloody awesome. Only thing to add in is some blossoms on the floor, and there you have it. A lovely little centerpiece. Yes, I know, I haven't built the food yet, so I guess I better start. So I crafted 2 hoes, went over, and I tilled myself a load of land. Planted myself a load of carrots, and I built up this oak wall all the way around, just to give it a bit of separation. And I've got to admit, it looks pretty good. And that is all we've got time for. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Ripmonts, and you guys are bloody awesome.